Hello everyone, I decided to make a tier list because many people ask me to do so. I'm gonna try to make it as quick and as simple as possible so people can understand without entering deep details in math and calculation. We've made this tier list like with napkin math. I've talked with Northway about that. The tier list is gonna be about pit pushing. We did the math with the single target damage, but before that I'm gonna go into some general changes about the Sorcs in general, so you can have better understanding about what's coming in Season 5. I did a Google Sheets, and I took only what I think it's relevant for the Sorc change. So for the Starless Skies, like every mythical unit's got like pretty huge buffs. The Starless Sky got pretty much buff, but it's not as huge as what they did on Shaco, but basically, you're just gonna get more damage, you get attack speed. We used to use like regular ring because there was no attack speed on Starless Sky, but now there are attack speed. We're probably gonna use Talrasha and Starless Skies on most of the build. Jewels might they went pretty crazy on the damage reduction, got doubled. It's mean if you have GA and you triple masterwork the damage reduction, you can get like something around 54% damage reduction, which is like a lot. That's probably gonna make you like unkillable. The movement speeds are not very useful for the Sorcs. The resist to all element neither. The flicker step didn't change much, but the most important things about flicker step to remember is the attack reduce evade cooldown by 2.5 seconds. It used to be 1.5, which make like Elite Storm very slow, but Flicker Step gonna be probably best in slot if you wanna farm with teleport enchants. With enough cooldown, you should be able like to cast one spell and teleports. That's gonna be like in Season 3 Gauntlet for people that played. And Dahlia also, they went like pretty crazy on the buff, like 30% attack speed is huge. Life on hit is also pretty good with like all the burning damage on fire, the lightning build that's gonna tick a lot. I think you like your life is just gonna go to 100% every time. If you don't get one shots, you're gonna be unkillable because of the life on hits. The Shaco, everyone already know like the giga buff they give. They give you the armor, so you don't need any armor roll anywhere anymore. The cooldown is now 20%, can go up to like around 54% also. So that's very huge for the Sorc because you can use ice armor a lot. Fist of Fate got almost all the best affix you can find on the glove except legendary, except like you lose one aspect and rank in core skill, but that's gonna be the best in slot for build like Blizzard that doesn't need ranks. But Fist of Fate, the problem is you're probably gonna need like Fist of Fate 300% to make it worse. The Talrasha got buffed again, like by 5%, so it means like when you have Foresight, it goes to 60 to 80, which is like 12% damage buff. But also they give you like more cooldown. It used to be 7, went to 8. But the non-physical damage is also huge because that's gonna make you capped on Frigid Fate. That's really non-neglectable. So Talrasha is also big buff. That's gonna be best in slot, I think, with Starless Skies. Esu just got more damage basically, and you got more crit chance, and you got more critical stack damage, which is good for build that requires crits. The new unique they add in game, the nerf Shard of Verathiel, it used to be 300%, but that's still gonna be too strong in my opinion. That's gonna be used in build, in our basic attack build. Chronovolution got nerfed, but then now I add cooldown on Chronovolution. I don't think we had cooldown during the PTR. The damage got nerfed. It used to be 25%, now it's 15%, and you also don't have the mana reduction that we used to have in Meteor. This means that basically we just do more damage. Burning Instinct. Burning Instinct, we got a nerf on Burning Instinct because it's now capped at 80. This is a screenshot on my Sorcerer Fire Kuna. Actually, I have 147, and now it's capped at 80, so we got nerfed. This is probably the biggest nerf we got. Is Flame Shield. Like, there is no more immortality for Season 5. It doesn't exist anymore. The Ice Armor, if you remember, every season when you hit an enemy and something, it would refresh your Ice Armor. That doesn't happen anymore. You have to cast manually Ice Armor when it breaks. Like, it just breaks, but with probably Shaco and all the cooldown we got, we're probably gonna be able to cast Ice Armor every time before we can lose even life. I thought there was Revenant too. Shatter. Shatter is basically removed from the game. It like doesn't exist anymore. I don't see when you wanna use Shatter or not. Worm is pretty cool for leveling. Maybe we're gonna use that in some of the fire build because it's a lot of like life regen. Align the element is it's whatever. Mana shield is like 2%, so it's mean like it's 6% in 3 ranks on that. The teleport got nerfed. I think they nerfed the teleport cooldown because they gave us a lot of CGR now. But I think that was unnecessary. But on the Paragon, Burning Instinct, as I said, is nerfed. Ceaseless Conjuice is not very useful. Elemental Summoner means that your conjuration skill gonna deal more damage, but it's not very relevant too because we don't use like conjuration skill usually don't do damage. Maybe people want to go for Hydra build, but I don't think that's gonna be strong enough. Icefell got little damage buff, and this too. This is the biggest buff on the Paragon board. Is Frigid Fates. It used to be 30, it's going to 60. And Searing Hit, I'm not sure. I barely played this legendary node, but it seems like it's a buff like in general. For our key passive, the Mastery got a rework. Now when you crits, you're gonna have like 25% DR, which is better, so you don't have to play in close range. And this only worked with core skill, I think. It was close damage bonuses, but now it's not like. Yeah, now it's not working like this anymore. You have to crits and you have 10% chance to deal damage. So I feel like it's a nerf, but the GR stuff, it's probably good. Like you want to use that on some build, like maybe Blizzard. You want to get the GR and casting some Lightning Spear. And Combustion also got buffed, like pretty nice buff, maybe to compensate the nerf of Burning Instinct. So that's pretty much for the big changes that come in my mind for Season 5 that I feel like it was important to talk about. Now we're just gonna move into the tier list. Like you have a better view of what the big changes are. We're gonna start with Arlash. Arlash was never super strong, was lacking damage, lacking AoE. Didn't got a lot of buffs. Although they gave us Shard of Veraphiel, you can use that with Shard of Veraphiel and Starless Sky, but Arlash is still not strong enough to me. I think Ball Lightning still gonna be stronger, but Ball Lightning also didn't get any love. Like they don't make new unique. They just buff the skill base by like something like 20%. Like I don't really know if it should A or B because Arklash got buff. I'm gonna put that in A, not A. Let's put that in B. So I still think Ball Lightning gotta be stronger than Arklash. Blizzard got Blizzard got a lot of love from blue rules. Like, this is big damage buffs, but that's it. We're gonna benefit from that and probably Starless Skies. They buff the damage, the base damage, which is useless because the damage from Blizzard only come from Ice Spike. This is nice little damage buff too, which is nice, but like overall Blizzard just got damage buff, which make it stronger than Ball Lightning now. Both used to be pretty in the same tier to me. Chain Lightning is probably the build of the season 5. Everyone is talking about that. It got a lot of buff. We can go over that quickly. They increase the base damage of Chain Lightning, and they also buff the damage when it bounces, but they kind of destroy the Chain Lightning enchant. And this is the new legendary pens for Chain Lightning. They really, this was from the PTR, this is after the PTR. They buffed the damage reduction from 5 to 15%. And now, like, I don't know if many people saw that, but this was just resource generation, and now it also gives maximum mana, 32%, which is like big buffs. So many people are looking forward to see the Chain Lightning build. In the picture, it also used to deal a lot less damage than it was supposed to be. So people are looking forward to Chain Lightning. From our calculation, Chain Lightning is gonna be a very strong build. Probably S, maybe S plus. Like it's very hard to tell. It could go either way. And you can also use Chain Lightning with either Shaco, but you can also use it with Endaliel. So they're gonna be two variants of that build. I'm gonna put that in S tier for the moment. What's next? Fireball. Fireball got a lot of love. On Fireball, you got two new unique. The previous stuff was not very strong, but now you got one stats like the Fireball projectile speed. I don't think we care about that a lot. But we got rank in Fireball that buff direct damage. We got Fireball that gonna cast twice. You got 100% on that. We got Intelligence that's gonna scale the Paragon. The Glove also. That's gonna give you infinite mana, and you can also use, because of the glove and the high lucky hit on Fireball, you can use a Crown of Lucian, which is like big damage buff. The base damage also got buff. Like Fireball really got a lot of love. From our calculation, Fireball should be as strong as Chain Lightning, if not stronger than Chain Lightning. But Fireball has some problem with the single target damage is like super great in AoE, but the single target damage could be better. So I'm gonna put that in S tier for the moment. Firewall is just the best leveling guides. If you wanna level, you use Firewall, they buff the spell, but it's just not enough. I would put that, like, Arlash is stronger than Firewall. It should be another tier, I think. Frozen Orb also gets some love, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Like, if you go over the changes of Frozen Orb, they just got, like, base damage buff. In general, like, every build got buff from Frigid Fade, but it's just gonna deal more damage. That's just what you need to remember. A lot more damage, but that's not gonna be enough to catch up with the best build. So it used to be has the same tier as Blizzard. I think both got buffed, so it should be about the same. Even Frozen Orb is stronger than Blizzard now because it got more buffs. What's next? Ice Shard. Ice Shard doesn't got anything, I think. Only the general changes and the base damage got buffed, even though I think it's stronger than Firewall. Incinerates doesn't really get buffed. The rework on Flamescar was not relevant to me. Even though I think Incinerate is stronger than Firewall, but it doesn't really matter. Lightning Spear is one of the top build, like top contender for the best build of the season because we got a new aspect for Lightning Spear, which is splintering energy. You might have seen some footage from the PTR. It was like very good. When you crits, you're gonna deal damage, and that's gonna scale with your critical strike damage. You can deal like massive AoE damage with that, but this build got some problem with single target damage. With the buff of Esu, you can reach 100% crit damage. That's gonna buff splintering energy a lot. There are some people talking about a super build with lightning spear and the frozen up stuff, but we don't know yet if that is working or not. So I'm gonna put that in S for the moment because it's had very great AoE damage, but like Firebolt, it's gonna be you're gonna have problem with the boss, I think. Like especially in the pits. What build we have left? Meteor build. Meteor got a little rework on Starfall Coronets. You got more Meteor ranks now. The most important buff is that going to 6 to 4, that's gonna allow you to cast a lot more. You also have more intelligence. The size also matter. You might not need both meteor size on the weapon anymore. Maybe one meteor size is gonna be enough. The the base damage also got buff. So Meteor just is gonna deal a little bit more damage, but it's not gonna be super strong. Like it's still not enough to reach other build levels. It might be able to reach the ball lightning level, like not sure about that. Where should I put Meteor? Yeah, I guess Meteor should be as strong. It should be something like this, in my opinion. Ball lightning should still be stronger than Arlash. Yeah, it should be something like this. And I think the last build I haven't covered is the Fire Kuna one. This was the best build on season 4 because it was immortal, because we had greater Firebolt's interaction. We have the Shatter that would one-shot everything. But this season, Shatter is gone. Burning Instinct is now capped. They buffed Combustion in exchange, but we could scale a lot more intelligent on Burning Instance. The Flame Shield nerf without Immortality makes it like really harder now. You cannot go full offense. But in exchange, they gave us Shard of Veraphiel that we probably gonna use on Firebolt. With Starless Sky, if we can solve the mana problem, that's gonna be damage buff. The Flameweaver also got buffed. This is very funny because you use Shard of Veraphiel, you don't have chance for Firebolt projectile to cast twice on the weapon, but they give it on the glove. So I would say the Fire Kuna was the strongest build because of Shatter. It was also stronger than other builds when it has not Shatter. But from our calculation, the single target damage on Firebolt was still the best. It is still the best, but it struggled a lot on AoE damage. So I think it's gonna be a little bit over this 3 build, but not by far. Like it could be something like this also. That could be totally true because it's very hard to predict, but Firebolt should be the strongest if you can pack the monster during the clear because the single target damage is the highest, but you have to hit the monster with every free shooting ball going through your Firebolt, which is pretty hard. You don't have those kind of problem with Firebolt, Chain Lightning, Lightning Spear, but you have single target problem like at the boss at the pits, Firebolt is gonna be a lot stronger. But we still need to solve the mana problem on that. So yeah, the chalice will be something like this for me from the patch notes and from the guess that we can do. But it's just guessing, like keep in mind that it could just go either way. From this 4 build, one could be stronger, one could be less strong. But that's personally just my best guess for the chalice. I'm personally gonna start with Chain Lightning build. I've make one on Mobalitics. This is a endgame build. It's not the last version, like the highest pushing version, because that's gonna be highly dependent on gear. This is just the best one in general. If you wanna do endgame content, if you wanna speed farm, you have one version with Uber, one without Uber unit. I'm gonna put my Mobality link in the description. You're gonna find all my build for the endgame and also the leveling guides for Firewall, because Firewall is still gonna be the best for leveling. So yeah, that's it for me today. I hope it was not too long. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my tier list. What build are you gonna start with? If you don't agree, feel free to tell me why and what you put in S tier. And don't forget to like and share if you like the video. See you later.